Lovestream. And we were just tempted just to go totally musical today. But we're going to share with you some inspirations and have a guided meditation together around this theme. We want to say more about it in a moment, about what it means to be lit up in the masculine side of our being and locked up in the feminine side of our being.
Yes.
We've got a brand new drum that we received this week.
Just debuting.
And
Rihanna, yep. The drum is seeing us in.
See who's coming to join us.
It's like the drum is calling in.
Yes, we can drum them in.
Oh, it sounds good. That's good to know.
Hello, Dimitra. Hello, Fiona.
Hello, Dimitra's here. Rihanna's here. You're like a roll call.
Hey,
We're starting already.
We've been finding our way with just a lot of self-permission and breaking beyond the consciousness of, am I doing this right, when it comes to drumming and holding a rhythm and playing with sound bowls and toning, using these musical instruments right here, our vocal cords, and having so much fun with that in our monthly in-person what do we call it? Sound transmission.
Yeah.
Here in Portugal. And then incorporating that onto our love streams and our monthly group call. And it's felt so enlivening. And as Dimitra says, so sweet. This is another level.
Aww.
Yes, it is. And we want to invite you into feeling what your intention and desire is, just to spend this hour together with us. And maybe you're watching it by the recording and you might not have to take the opportunity to share in the chat what your intention is, as we invite you to do here, that you that are here live.
Let's say a bit more about what the subject is.
But to feel what your intention is, what your desire is to participate in this love stream with us, because it really changes and adds to the frequency.
I think what felt specifically was as and I'll be playing the drum more later. Didn't we want to do the grounding?
Oh yeah,
first?
Maybe we will.
Yeah. Okay. We have a couple new friends.
Besides the drum.
The cymbals as well.
So I'm going to play this cymbal.
Tibetan cymbals.
And we'll just let it be a call to joining our hearts together and setting our intention together, and just to listen to its ping and then its resonant tones and how long they extend. So let's listen. Just to take a moment to come out of the noisy foyer of internet land and come into the sacred temple, your inner temple, with those of us gathered here.
Just clearing from your field any energies that you brought in with you or that you've been in today. And hopefully the meditation will help with that as well.
Okay.
That helped.
Me too.
Oops, sorry, I muted us for a minute and I turned our camera off. Okay, that was the wrong button. Now, here we go. Okay. Okay.
We called this Lit Up and Loved Up today as the title for the Lovestream because we've just been feeling so much of that in a whole new way. And we want to, obviously, to foster that more inside of ourselves. And a big way to do that is to share it and to feel where it's also resonating with you. And maybe some of you are feeling some new levels of being lit up and loved up. And we'd love to hear about that in the chat. Or maybe you've been feeling the missing of that and the yearning and the desire to break out of what feels some heavier places and to feel activated in this uniquely masculine and feminine way, which both genders we each have inside of ourselves. So I think this will apply uniquely for men and women today.
And really this lit up piece is around, as I'm watching Raphael come into more enlightenment and lightness in his being and really feeling the electric quality of the masculine, and as a feminine, the more love-based tone and magnetic. And I think we're coming into even more expression of these energies as we're deepening in our divine union from within, but particularly with each other. So this feels like a transmission that we really want to keep sharing. It codes something inside of you and your inner sacred union and your process and your embodiment of the sacred feminine, sacred masculine, but also, of course, if you're in relationship or you want to be, because it just feels like we're coming into a deeper reconciliation of some of these energies together. And so that's really a beautiful thing to be in together.
Yeah, it's some realization of some long-held dreams. Thank you, Lorene, for joining us. And Dimitra, just acknowledging that even the simple grounding meditation together and how much it meant to you just now, and just feeling how we are light. Music and a grounding meditation is just partaking of the essence that we all are and share. And so feeling that touch you. So now we're going to talk for a bit, but we're really wanting to feel something together and not get super brilliant about some dazzling mental display about precisely in the mental body exactly what it is we're referring to, but leave room for awe and reverence and wonder, and open us up to desire and observation, this feeling of presence and reverence, presence to whatever is. There might be something really missing for you. And
that's
honoring that.
when you don't feel loved up, for example, or lit up. Maybe you want to speak to that and what you feel about that, or what your intention is around shifting that. And even in the meditation that we're going to do in a little bit here, we're going to share with you where we went today,
Yes.
which we felt both loved up and lit up as we were there. And it's the beautiful place we've been sharing on videos and reels and that kind of thing. It's just crystal clear, beautiful waters. And we're so blessed to have it near us, and just feeling the loved upness of the water and nature. I think everyone feels, any awakening soul feels that way in nature. And then the lit up quality of the sun. And both of these things are available to us at any time. It's really the receiving of them. It's the letting in. That's such a big piece. And the making space for the feeling of that inside and out.
Yes.
Do you want to read Rihanna, or do you want to comment on that?
Sure. Rihanna says, I would say my intention lately has been to help my parts. And you'll know that if you follow us, we talk a lot about parts of the self and parts of ourself and becoming intimate. So it's not just an I voice in life, it's I interfacing with parts of ourselves. And Rihanna's saying that she's helping her parts feel more loved up when they tend to give love to so many other beings, humans or felines, as I know you have a house full of cats at the moment. So rerouting the loving and caring energy to myself and my parts, and then radiating to others with that love. It can be hard with parts of myself who have spent so long not feeling worthy of love for themselves, and have focused on others, even as a protection as well. Outbounding love to others as a form of protection. That's some pretty insightful experience.
For the feminine, it's so often loved out is what comes to me. So we're, like you're saying, we're loving, we're caretaking out, we're loving other people or beings or whatever. But loved up to me is where we're receiving ultimately from the divine, but hopefully in relationships and within ourselves. So we're up with love rather than out with it and giving it out so much and not giving it to ourselves. So I think for the feminine, that's a really big one.
Yeah. And for the masculine, the piece that comes up, I think this is the masculine counterpart, is the masculine will tend to feel something's missing, and they'll go to fixing it. Oh, what should I be doing? Should I be meditating more? I want to be more present, because, of course we can remember times when we were in presence, and all this solution, and adding tension to tension, and coming up with another solution, essentially, of whatever kind we would reach for, instead of just willing to feel the part of us who's aching to be at a higher frequency, wants to be at a higher frequency, doesn't feel they know where that is. Maybe there's a part feeling frustrated, there's no button to push, or there's no super duper discipline or confidence that is just readily available. And then when you feel that part, you're now immediately in presence and reverence, and it's a portal there. So we just keep finding this ease and grace. Even if we're feeling the missing thing, we're feeling tense, we're not feeling present. That's the portal into presence right there. And so I think that's what Rihanna was speaking to, about giving love to ourselves rather than efforting love out to others.
Sarah, I've been feeling a deepening presence with what is inside of myself, and I was realizing today that I'm a little bit stuck in my process. Really? A part of you feels that. And just being present to that helped move it deeper. Okay. And bring in more of me. Yeah, stuck, I guess, that stuck feeling, or foggy or confused or frozen. That's not being loved up and lit up, is it? It's something else that's wanting love and wanting light and wanting care, wanting attention, like you're saying.
Yeah, I think for those of us that are familiar with doing conscious inner work, we can get kind of an anxiety focus on our way of relating to the work. I was busy. I've been really drawn to journal a lot this year, almost every day. Some of it is dialogue, some of it is writing down presence to what's going on. But then I could feel a part of me relating to, oh, we need to capture this because we want to make sure we've got it. And there was a tension kind of relationship with the journaling, and that was interesting to feel the part of me that still feels like, have we got this? Like, we're into some really new codes that feel really amazing, but how do we ensure they stay? How do we not lose them? Was still an old tension. And then again, just to bring the reverence and presence to that need inside of me coming from a part, and admitting that there's still a part of me that doesn't have natural, graceful assurance and trust that this is going to sustain. And it was so endearing to feel that a part. This is wonderful that we have this, but what if it doesn't stick around? And immediately there's presence and reverence and grace.
Yeah, it's important.
You
Can you read to me just a second?
The moment I heard the drum, I felt like Mufasa or Simba felt on top of their pride land.
I don't think you can hear this.
Rooftop with Rafiki.
I don't think they can hear that. Hold on.
Wise man, galactic aspect.
Yeah, I see that.
My protectors and my masculine gatekeepers. All of my inner masculines coming more online inside.
Yep.
I don't know if we hit the same rhythm there just now.
No. We keep working on it. I wasn't really playing one.
Oh.
Yeah, the masculines, that's the masculines being lit up within so that we can allow more love in and they can allow more love in, and the creating the balance of the two. That's beautiful.
Let's see here. We got another comment.
Is it not showing you that comment?
For some reason. Oh, there it is.
There it goes. Anna.
Okay. Definitely feeling loved up, especially blighted yesterday. Highlighted yesterday in my romantic relationship. Feeling loved up, especially highlighted in my romantic relationship. I've been feeling my desire much more so in myself, feeling my daughter's share of her desires, igniting that even more viscerally, then felt quite pleasantly surprised at being met from my romantic partner. Oh.
Well, there's a loved up for the feminine for sure.
Yes.
Oh.
And Demetra, my deep intention for tonight is to keep becoming a bridge to my inner masculines and inner feminines, for them to start coming online out of the hiding or the extreme layers of protection, for them to start warming up in the room, the feminines in their oceanic womb, desire land, and the masculines on the rooftop of their pride land, yet in the room, holding a heart openness and womb openness, presence for all of them, and trusting how this sacred inner union, recalibration opens up on the outer as well.
Wow, that womb land, ocean, and the pride land of the masculine. Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been coming through in sessions, and I think that world feels really true, and it's a really great portal.
Yeah, I just feel what you're cultivating there, Demetra, how this inner world and beautifying it and making it a temple where all the nuances of what really matters to you gets to be felt. And then also feeling the outer as well. Wait a minute, are we, we want this to have a back and forth between the inner and the outer. Now, how does this want to mirror into the outer, cultivating it so beautifully on the inner? And Anna adds here as well that she's also noticing a waiting to be in a, quote, perfect position to act on my own behalf in my work. A new recognition that I can create what I desire where I am now, and choosing to act on next steps towards this. Yes, that creative energy that in career, in
Sexuality,
in all of life. And trusting where you are right now is perfect. And the permission in that, and the childlike trust in that, and being with the parts who need the perfection as well. So thank you, Anna.
I wanted to just share briefly, most of you know this, but the kind of the story of the drum, and then how we experienced it in our mycelium network journey recently. And we were at market on Saturday, and there was the jewelry booth for Rayana's jewelry, and we had a divine self-embodiment little table as well to talk to some people. And there's a woman next to us selling some of her sound healing instruments, and that's the symbols as well we got from her. And she brought out the drum, and I immediately felt a draw, and I just assumed it would be way too much money, because
she wasn't a vendor
of
sound healing
these were actually her
instruments. They were her beloved.
They were her beloved instruments that she just felt were previous energy for her, and she wanted to clear into the new. And so, and I also, being very vegan or very, aware of animals, didn't know how I felt about the animal skin, but then it all kind of reconciled when I set it in the sun for a bit, and then I have to tell a story.
I was going to see if you're going to show off the backside of it.
Oh yeah, and the front obviously is goat skin, and then the back is a very special. She made this in a workshop with a man in the Netherlands who is known for this kind of style. It's very unique to a frame drum. It's similar to a djembe drum, if you know your drums at all. And this is nylon, and it's usually animal skin pulled tight. So this apparently keeps it in a really nice tone for a long time. And it's really unique. And yeah, and what she asked for, her name is Aja, yes. Yeah, and she's kind of showy, so she wanted to be shown. It's like show and tell, show me to the people. And she's, Aja is an African goddess of the forest and medicinal healing that often comes through as a goat. So it was perfect. So when we were on this journey together, it just at some point she came in and we couldn't stop playing. I played forever and toned. Raphael played a long time in tone. We toned together, probably a couple of hours. And then in the sun, we went to the water.
Fun with that drum. And I've actually been kind of self-conscious on the drum. We've owned a djembe for almost 2 years.
I feel like she wants me to play her now.
Please, and I've never hardly played with it. And some of our other drums and even some of our shakers, I would be self-conscious about the quality of my ability to hold the tone, because you had a more musical experience, and sometimes you would be helping me. No, it's not quite it. You struggle to keep a tone, and in this mycelium journey together, and that
we were
drum,
liberated.
We were just liberated, and I pushed the record on the phone just so we'd capture some of it. It was so much play and going in all different directions, and at times scaling up and scaling down, and it felt so magically sensual with the aliveness.
It was our
of all of
sexuality expressing too in that. And the other thing was a very primordial, and maybe you feel it as you take it in, very primordial, ancient access here as well. Maybe you feel that today. May end up underground today. We'll see. So I think we'll see where this takes us now.
Yeah.
We've run out of words.
Did you share the piece about the how the drum came? And
Yeah.
I shared this little piece in my morning meditation this morning. I was just feeling into some words, and the word temple. I was looking up the word temple on some other context, and then it drew me to the fact that we have these two regions here on our skull called our temples. And so what about that temple? What's that about? And it literally means, the literal meaning of this is to stretch the skin, which is a drum, right? Mm-hmm. And then if you place your fingers here, you can feel your own heartbeat. So the pulse, this is one way to physically feel your heartbeat, is just on your, as well as, of course, on your wrist chakras. But this is a beating drum. You have one on either side of your head. The temple, the skull is a temple, the center of which, of course, is the pineal gland, which is all about circadian rhythm, which is all about...
He's lit up right now. You can feel it, right?
Drumbeat of a day. What goes on in the flow of a single day is a rhythm. So aliveness and time isn't time unless it's measured, right? If there's no measurement, there is no time. So this masculine measurement of time creates rhythm, and then playing with rhythm, we escort ourselves in and out of presence, awareness, into sorrow, into joy, into movement, not getting stuck. And but I was just fascinated with these two drums that we got right here.
Yeah.
And,
that's inspired masculine, inspired thinking, vibrant and buoyant and inspiring and provocative. And there's a lot of heaviness in the masculine, and like edges and needing to prove a point, using mental to push away and prove a point and push away instead of, but the lit up masculine, when it's sharing something, you just feel like, wow, that's cool. It's playful, it's light. It's not heavy. It's probably the biggest thing. There's so much heaviness in the masculine, especially the wounded masculine. And I know all that you have freed up in order to be this light.
And I bet you all of us can agree that we're seeing so much chaos explode inside of the world around us, on the global scale, the political scale, the national scale, and personal relationships that we know of. There's a real heightening of tension. So if that's true, then it must also mean that this portal into light and love is also expanded. And if chaos is being heightened, then so is harmony. And so that's an invitation, to take the support that's here and to feel where that can be lit up and loved up inside of us, and feel all the support that's here for us. So, yeah.
Okay, Mr. Lit Up. Ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's go on a journey. See where it takes you.
Okay, do we have the music? The microphone set up, right? Good. Okay.
Yeah, you can hear this, right?
Oh, yeah.
yourself go deeper. For the inner feminine and the feminines, feeling yourself going into your womb. A deep place within. Where life is created, and birthed, and seeded. And for men, their power center, their hara, seed of life. Let yourself drop. Ground. And see ahead a healing pool. Crystal clear water. Into feeling love in the water, love in the air, and love in your womb and your heart. Maybe with a song or a tone for your womb or your hara.
this power center from our third chakra. Hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo, hey, yo. Hey, yo, hey, yo. As you approach this pool of chilled water, allowing your body to wade in, and maybe in the privacy here, you've allowed yourself to go naked, standing enclosed, surrounded by nature, the pool before you, the waterfall before you, feeling what it is that you are asking for, what you are leaving behind in exchange. Letting your voice, your vocal cords be the musical instrument of your heart, of your soul, of your lifetimes, of your joy, of your sorrow, of your inner child, feeling permission go in all directions, hitting some resonant tones and some dissonant tones, feeling beautiful harmony and disharmony, loving it all as you honor your sacred journey as the divine. You take an in-breath now and plunge yourself below the water in this sacred baptism immersion. Swoosh. Beneath the waters is left something that is dying, being transmuted, energy being transformed, going back to light, going back to love, and arising from the water, drinking in the water and the air coming into your being now, is the lit up and loved up new version of you. You are born again. Hey, you are, hey, you, hey, you The love codes and the light codes contain everything that you could need or ask for, even before you know what it is mentally that you are in need of.
Saying now to yourself, wherever you are right now, I am loved up and lit up.
I am loved up and lit up. You are loved up and lit up. And we are loved up and lit up together. Hopefully you've caught on by now that this isn't a performance, but a participation. And the temple, your vocal cords, your musical instrument of your body, allowing these tones to flow through, is the liberation, is the portal.
Final symbol to complete the journey as you let the codes into your body, into the present, into the now.
I am so glad to have shared this lit up and loved up moment together with you, with parts of yourself, with the desire for it, the participation in it, the yearning for it.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us.
Actually,
Yeah.
it's good. And a digestion as well.
You look lit up.
Yeah. And loved up.
Yeah.
Of course, if you want to share anything in the chat about your experience there and where you went, we'd love to hear it.
Yeah.
And it felt like there were certain quiets and then crescendos, and that was quite beautiful to me to feel that.
Yeah.
Just waves coming through.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's how the divine comes through us too.
Yeah. I find when I'm in
Welcome, Anna.
Yeah, you're so welcome, Anna. And thank you, Demetra, for those kind words about my post today on Facebook. I find in the privacy, if I'm not sharing with an audience, there's even a more ease around the self-permission.
Yeah, we're still working on that.
And to be with the self-permission privately is a beautiful place to then foster it to. I just recently discovered that I had all this toning ability. It was in this last year you were offering to me that your inner monk is remembering all these lifetimes of deep tonal. And that really watered something in me. And I felt, oh my God, I never understood it that way before. But yeah, I have this inner monk who in other lifetimes had deep devotion and deep pleasure around toning in temples. And so to give myself that space privately.
And you also, I felt that lit upness of the baptism and the other soul aspects coming through Raphael as well. As comes through me with the drumming. Where you have more words and I'm kind of tending to be more holding the space, I think.
Seeing. Offering.
Oh, thanks, Rihanna. Got a clear visual of submerging in the water, and it felt like such a baptism to let go of old layers, to let in new love, lit up codes. Oh, the instruments and toning was next level. Good. We hope to keep leveling up without getting too professional about all of it, because that is the best.
Sarah, a natural and deep transmission that helped move out energies that are not mine and feel more of me. I feel lighter on all levels and in all bodies, and more love inside. Okay then.
Well, that's worth it.
Wow, you're going to need sunglasses on to go out in public.
People around her are going to need sunglasses.
The people around you. You're going to have to hand out sunglasses.
Exactly.
Hello, I have complimentary sunglasses for you. Sorry, I'm just beaming too much love and light right now. You might blow a circuit here. You better wear these. Demetra, I've never felt my inner world, my feminine desire land so loved up. And my masculine's pride land so lit up like this before.
Oh, wow.
Okay, then. Whoa. So beautiful what came as sounds and hums through me. Yes, thank you. That signature, if it comes through you, that's it. So that's the tension I think sometimes I'm talking about, is trying to transmit this. When it activates in you, boom, then it's like, whoa. I would always feel self-conscious around toning and humming, but tonight it was wild. A desire to get immersed.
It's the drum, I think, that frees something up.
Oh, Demetra, when are you coming over here? We can do it together.
And that's part of it too, is this self-consciousness or this performative thing or this light language, it's affected. And we're just going back to something very primal. We're going back to something very natural in using our voice as instruments, using drums, using whatever to transmit. And it's beautiful that way. And the permission that you become your own loved up and lit up transmission and doing that, which is the whole point.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's really wonderful when you do this in person, of course, because then we can actually hear people tone. But we've also noticed over the 8 months of doing these kind of things, how hesitant some people's parts are to make a single sound. Like they just sit there like frozen. and it's understandable,
Yeah.
but it also is like kind of sad that that's this place parts of them have put them where they don't feel comfortable to make any noise at all, or in a way take up any space, or and then other people will just all kinds of noises will come out of them. It's really interesting to see that. It also has to do with comfortability with us, comfortability in the group. Of course, there's a lot of understandable dynamics going on, but it's been interesting to watch it because we can't really see and hear all of you.
Yeah.
So we've now actually gotten to see and feel and hear it, and some parts getting annoyed with us actually for even inviting them to town. So, it's all part of the process.
Sarah speaking to the primal and the naturalness of it. Yes. And
that's so great. Throat and womb, and there's so much healing in that, in the self permission in that. So glad this is what we wanted to activate. We didn't have that much mental teaching around it tonight, as much as we wanted to transmit that.
Yeah.
And
I hope, sharing it with you and feel it come alive in you, be mirrored in you, that supports us to continue on as well. And so it's really a giving back and forth.
And next week, next love stream will be Rihanna and I offering sacred feminine, probably process and transmission. I'm sure the drum will come out again, and Rihanna and I will feel into what we want to do, even the mother-daughter connection that we have, transmitting that to all of you. So I'm looking forward to that next week.
Me too.
And you're such a great fan.
Yes.
An audience member.
Yes, I'll be toning in the same room probably.
Yeah, so for feminines and inner feminines, not just women, but so that will be next week, and we look forward to that, sharing that with all of you. Thank you so much for taking this time here live or later on in the recording.
Thank you so much for being in our world, each of you, those we know closely, intimately, those we know at a little more of a virtual distance. Coming into this intentional space, feeling one in heart and in soul and in body, embodiment together.
Yes. Thank you. See you next week.
Okay. Bye.